To be quiet. Might just have to leave the scruffy in my voice or something. Alright, here we go. Sometimes I'm feeling like Abraham, like a pilgrim headed for the promised land. I know nobody taught me what faith feels like, only the voice of God speaking in the dead of night. When he said, look up at the sky tonight, can you see those stars? These are as many as your sun shall be. But yet I had no sons to count. Well, my barren wife gave birth to my only son, and when he came it seemed that all God's promises had come. Well, in the voice within the night, he spoke my name again. He said, come up to the mount, my friend, and worship me again. Worship me again. So what shall I do when what lies on the altar isn't what I choose? What shall I do when the promise you made becomes an offering? In the dark of the night in Gethsemane, the promise prepares to go up that mount again. And he's feeling the pain, and he's feeling the faith. To drink a cup that's all filled up, he's choosing the only way. And knowing within the thicket there will come forth no ram, but climbing onto the altar he lay the seed of his life in the ground. His life in the ground. So what shall I do when what lies on the altar isn't what I choose? What shall I do when the promise you made becomes an offering? What shall I do when what lies on the altar isn't what I choose? What shall I do when the promise you made becomes an offering? When the promise becomes an offering, and the offering becomes a sacrifice. When the promise becomes an offering, and the offering becomes a sacrifice. When the promise becomes an offering, and the offering becomes a sacrifice. What shall you find within my heart? Who is my master? Whose slave am I? Am I free to do another's will, or am I a slave to mine? Can I sacrifice my freedom, my own will, lay it down? Can I find the faith to embrace the pain of laying my life down in the ground? shall I do when what lies on the altar isn't what I choose? What shall I do when the promise you make becomes an offering? What shall I do when what lies on the altar isn't what I choose? What shall I do when the promise you make becomes an offering? What